Hey everyone!
Hi!
This is Lindsay Thurston of lindsayliving.com. She's a great blogger. She's also a dear friend of mine. She's going to be my model for today's makeup look. I'm trying a little something different, so this is going to be a lot more fun, more of a conversation between two friends, me doing her makeup and her rocking it, because look at this. Look at that face. I love it. It's so pretty. So this is very much spring inspired. Please feel free to use and take anything, pieces of it, the whole look. It's up to you. Really today we're going to focus on the eyes and the lips, as you can tell. Some great, beautiful color. I'm digging this lip color. It's one of my favorites.
Too.
And this eye combo, I'm trying to bring periwinkle back, really, basically.
Don't be surprised if you can't find this lip color tomorrow.
Seriously, you're going to want to get it. Just saying. So follow us today, look at the video. If you have any comments, questions, feel free to leave them below in the comments section. Have a good one. So what we did so far for Lindsay's skin is just prepping it. I used a moisturizer, an eye cream, and a skin perfecting toner by Aveda. So the first step for her skin is going to be E.L.F. Cosmetics Mineral Infusion Face Primer. I really like this primer because it leaves the skin smooth and creates a nice finish for the primer or for the makeup to sit on. And I just use my fingers and rub it all over the face. The next step is actually going to be evening out her skin tone. So I'm going to use Bobbi Brown's Stick Foundation in Alabaster to even out her skin tone. I'm going to use my Beauty Blender to bounce it all over her face. You can use the Beauty Blender wet, but I'm going to use it dry for today. And I like to start where she pretty much needs more coverage. So usually for most people that's right in the center. So the bridge of the nose and down the cheeks right underneath the eyes. All right, so it looks pretty blended. So you can tell that her skin is just slightly lighter towards the center. Now for her actual skin tone color, I'm gonna use Black Opal's True Color Stick Foundation. This color is champagne beige, and this is going to have a little bit more warmth. And so this will be more of a skin tone color. I'm going to use the Beauty Blender once again, and I'm going to apply this all over the face. Once again in a bouncing motion. So starting in the center where I need more coverage, I'm just going to bounce, bounce, bounce. So you can see that it's really warming up her skin. And I don't have a lot of product on the Beauty Blender, just a little.
The booty blender.
Did I say booty?
The booty blender?
That's a whole nother video. I meant the Beauty Blender. Beauty Blender. So the next step we're gonna do is add some highlight to Lindsay's face. I'm gonna use a cream highlighter. This one specifically is by Aveda. It's a discontinued color, so unfortunately can't get it anymore, but I love it. And it's called Moonstone. So I'm just applying it to her upper cheekbone, kind of right around the orbital bone, to help lift this area and give her cheeks a little bit more definition. And then you can just follow the orbital bone around and up into the brow. What I like about this product and what I like about to me, what a good highlighter is that it doesn't really add extra color, just a little bit of a glow. Let's see how it just gives that part of this area more shine. Like she just got a facial from me in my studio. How convenient. Another place I like to put it is right in the center of the nose, right on the bridge.
Having way too much fun.
I'm having way too much fun. Now I'm putting more highlighter just right on the Cupid's bow. I want that sexy pout, that's a great place to put it. And then one last area is actually going to be right in the center of the chin. So in order to bake or set, whatever you want to call it, I'm taking a loose powder. This time I'm using Aveda's mineral loose powder. I really like this because it helps actually keep the skin looking fresh and soft. It doesn't make it look powdery. However, we're going to apply a very thick amount right underneath the eyes using the Beauty Blender. Lots of powder. And you want to set your makeup a little bit with powder first, because if you put a powder directly onto a cream product, you're going to get a really, really heavy paste. It's not going to blend and it's just going to stay put. So we're using the translucent to set. And if you wanted to as well, you can start baking the other highlighted points too. I know I'm not going to do much around this area, so I'm going to set it already. The concealer I'm using today is NARS, and it is the Radiant Creamy Concealer in Chantilly. It's the light number 1. We're going to do some spring colors, so I want to do a lighter concealer to help bring out the brightness. So with a synthetic brush, I'm taking some of my concealer. Okay, close. And just applying a very light amount all over the lids. If you have any discoloration around the eyes, this is a great reason to use it too, because it helps even it out. Ooh. Look how even your eyes are. So the base color that I'm going to use is actually going to be this blue color. It's an old Aveda color, once again, discontinued, sorry. But it's a bluebell, and I love this color because it has a very kind of periwinkle look. So I'm going to pick up the color on one side of the brush. So that's clean, that's dirty. Not dirty, but that's where the color is. And we're going to just press it into the skin. So close, chin up a little. If you want saturation, pressing your eyeshadow into the skin will give you that saturation. Some people, they just sweep, which is fine, but if you complain that your shadow doesn't give you enough color and you're using too much of it, try pressing it into the skin. Just give it a little wiggle, don't lift off of the skin. So now what I'm doing, now that I have the saturation level that I want, I'm just blending the edges with the tip of the brush to the very top, right around the edges. Lindsay's a school teacher by day, and this would be a fun color to show to her grade school kids. They'd probably be super distracted.
They always have a million comments on anything I wear.
Oh yeah, I bet. All right, so now that we have the blue color on, the periwinkle on, I'm going to take another clean brush, and now I'm going to add a little bit of a green color, kind of chartreuse in tone. And this is by Aveda. I don't remember the color, the name of it, but it's really pretty. And I'm going to put this right in the inner corner, so right along here, just to add a little bit more brightness and a variation in color. So it's going to be gradate from a green to a periwinkle. So just take your brush and just blend the green into the blue. As I move the color, I lift off the face, then start again. I just don't go back and forth. I actually move, then lift, move, then lift, move and lift. So I'm going to use this color. We're going to take a angled brush. So this combo. I'm going to line her eyes. So getting as close to the lash line as possible. And so sometimes there's fallout, and that's kind of why baking is good too, because it'll act as a shield. So that if any eyeshadow does fall, it falls onto the loose powder and not to the skin you just spent time perfecting. Perfect. Now look up for me. Now I'm going to put some of that same powder right in the bottom lash line. But I'm not going to go all the way across. I'm going to go about half of the eye. Now with the smudger brush, I'm going to soften the line. And to do that, I'm literally just blending the edge. I'm not going full into the line, I'm just going to the edge and blending it into the other two colors. Pretty. Now we're going to go and do the same thing towards the bottom. This time we're blending inwards, so towards the nose. So look up. And this is the reason why I only applied halfway, because I knew I was going to blend inwards, so as I blended, I was going to move the color inwards. So instead of having a really heavy eye, I can get a nice smokier look, nice lighter look by just transferring all the product over. So pretty. Now to help encompass the whole eye and make it a little bit more dramatic, I'm going to take a condensed crease brush. This one is Sonia Kashuk's number 8. It's the synthetic brush. I'm a big fan of synthetic brushes. So I'm going to take this brush, that same maroon color, and now we're going to deepen the edges of the eyes. So turn this way. So right in that corner, right where it kind of meets the bottom lash line, I'm going to press a little bit of color into it. And then right into the crease. Alright, so now it's all blended. Now we have a little bit of drama in the eyes. With her eyes, I think they're pretty bold and they're a statement piece already, so in order to balance that, instead of making the brows even heavier, I'm going to just comb them through and kind of shape them into the direction that I want. And she actually has some very well-groomed brows, so really all I'm doing is just softening them and combing them through. So now I am going to dust off the bake, the loose powder, and all of that fallout now just gets swept away. So for mascara, to add more volume, I'm going to use the Power Volume 24 Hour. I really like this one because this is the blackest black and it really does give you a really dark color. So I like the brush handle too because it really separates the lashes and gives you that volume without being too clumpy. You definitely can.
Do you like a fluffier, thicker brush like that
well,
versus the really skinny brush?
A fluffier brush gives you more volume.
Right?
A thinner brush gives you more length.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So look down at the floor. Just really get right at the base. Do a little swivel. And since we're gonna do lashes, I'm not gonna put too much, but this is a good base coat. Ooh, yes. So these are actually a really good length for Lindsay. Sometimes you wanna, you always wanna measure your lashes to make sure that they fit. You don't want them to connect all the way at the outer corner into the inner corner, because when you open, the eyes change shape. So you want them to be just in the majority of the lashes, leaving about maybe a millimeter away from the interior corner. So when the glue is semi-dry, so the texture should be kind of tacky. If you touch the lashes together, they should kind of stick, something like that. If they don't, it's going to be too wet, and then the lashes are just not going to sit. When I place lashes, I tend to touch the center first and then press the interior and exterior into it. That way, if there's a mistake, if it lays wrong, I can move it a little bit easier. What I'm going to do now to help complement this, I'm actually going to do her lips, and to prep, I'm going to use the Jane Iredale Lip Balm in Crush. It's a really pretty color. It sort of matches the skin tone and color tone that we use today. So this lip balm is great because it's light, gives you a little bit of color, it has a great citrus smell. It's a good base. I'm actually going to use another color on top of this, but if you wanted a softer lip, you could easily stop right there. And then if you just press it into the skin, or press your lips together, you can kind of set it and allow the lip skin to be itself. For her lip color, I'm going to use Obsessive Compulsive Cosmetics Lip Tar. This is an old formula, and this is Strumpet. So the lip tar is very pigmented. So this, there was barely any on that, and I just blended it out. So a little bit goes a long way when it comes to the lip tars of OCC. I'm not going to use a liner today because I want it a little bit softer, a little more soft-edged. Now that lips are done, to help finish everything off, I'm going to re-emphasize her highlights. So this is the Shimmer Shadow Kitten. It just adds a nice little luminosity to it. On her skin tone, it's going to look really pretty. Let's turn that way. So just find her upper cheekbone, find your upper cheekbone. Just kind of find the places where you highlighted earlier and blend the color in. And at this point, just feel free to blend. Just go crazy. You wanted this to be really soft. You don't want any hard edges anywhere. So that when you're looking, or if someone looks at you at any angle, they don't see a line. They just see glowing skin. Okay. And this, my friends, is the finished look. Glowing skin, beautiful eyes, bold, dramatic lips, yet wearable. Definitely something that you can wear during the day. Also, definitely at night. If you wanted to do more at night, you can even do more drama on the eyes or add a little bit of black to the lips. Ladies and gentlemen, Lindsay.
2.0.
2.0.